Micron really has a heart. And we talked about that you'll get to hear the new heartbeat of Micron today. We have a new heartbeat in terms of how Micron Foundation and how Micron as a team drives its engagement with the community as well. We are passionate about our engagement with the community. In fact, in our fiscal year 2019, 165,000 hours of volunteerism with the communities. Micron Foundation in 2019 contributed $11 million across the globe for promoting various community causes that are important to our team members as well. And of course, Micron Foundation, which was established in 1999, has over the course of all these years given $115 million for the betterment of humanity. So today, I'm very excited to bring here with you the executive director of Micron Foundation to talk to you about our next initiative here. Last year, you may remember that we had introduced our Curiosity Grant with a commitment for $1 million to be provided to the universities that are doing leading work in area of AI. And we are very proud to have partnered over the course of last year with universities such as UC Berkeley, Stanford University, University of Washington, University of Texas, Austin, Rochester Institute of Technology, and UCLA. All of these universities, we are supporting important research in the area of AI. Today, our grant will be related to, of course, an important issue for all of humanity, but the exciting part of this also is that we are bringing the angle of engaging with this recipient of the grant, leveraging our own technology to ultimately better help humanity. So without further delay, and to find out more about it, let me invite Dee Mooney to the stage here. Thank you, Dee. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Actually, by this point, I think it's afternoon. So good afternoon, everyone. I am so thrilled to be here to tell you about our announcement today. At Micron, we have a culture of giving back. Sanjay mentioned that since the beginning of our foundation, we have given away $115 million, and that equates to over 10,000 grants. So this year, as we were taking a look at a grant, it became very obvious that in order to enhance this grant, we could bring in some team members from our Advanced Computing Solutions group to offer just that, a technology solution. So more on that in a moment. Sanjay talked about that our grants are very focused on STEM education, and also we've started recently getting into basic human needs. And as we've been researching this, we realize there really is no need more basic than the need for water. Yet millions of people cannot access water, and it becomes such an insurmountable barrier that they cannot propel their life forward. At Micron, we care a lot about water as well. It is one of our main environmental issues that we focus on. So this really made us realize that we wanted to dig in and find a solution to this problem. So as we began researching different organizations that worked on this issue, there was one that came to the top over and over again in terms of both their approach to the situation and the impact that they have already had. So I am pleased today to announce a grant in the amount of $125,000 to water.org. This grant will allow them to bring access to fresh water to almost 10,000 people. Now, I'm very excited to announce that the CEO and co-founder of water.org is here today to share with us what this grant is going to mean. So at this point, I'd like to give a warm round of applause to Mr. Gary White, and he'll take it from here. So Gary, please.
Right.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. I want to really acknowledge this support for water.org from Micron and the difference that it'll make in the lives of about 10,000 people. But it'll also do a lot more for us in terms of how we push forward to solving this crisis at the global level as we undertake new insights, gain new insights, and undertake new innovations at water.org. So I already went one slide too far. Where's the backup? Do you know?
No, I think just ask them to move.
Oh, can you just back up one slide, please? Thanks. Okay. So a lot of us tend to take safe water for granted. And it's easy to do when you live in the United States and you see the water at the turn of a tap. But what we see is it's a massive problem. And you know, Sanjay, earlier when you talked about how memory kind of is the heart of all these advancements that allow life to get better in different technologies and products, water is the heart of human development. And unless you get access to water each day, nothing else matters. It flows through everything. It flows through health. This year, 1 million people will die because of water-related disease, and every 2 minutes we lose another child because of this. It's a women's issue. Today, women will spend 200 million hours walking to collect water. And it's an education issue. This year, kids will miss 443 million school days because of unsafe water and because they're walking to fetch water. And it's an economic issue because we'll lose $250 billion in productivity this year because of unsafe and inadequate water. But it's also a problem that we're getting line of sight on. Water.org has now helped over 22 million people get access to water and sanitation. And we are as much an insight and innovation organization as we are a water organization, because what we look for are the hidden solutions that are wrapped up in this problem. And what we found is the biggest barrier between people living in poverty and safe water is access to affordable finance. Right now, people in India, for instance, may pay 10 to 15 times more for a gallon of water from very inefficient vendor services with water trucks than they would pay if they were connected to the public utility. I've met people who are spending 25% of their income to secure water for their families. So what you see is there's actually a solution wrapped up inside this problem. If you can help people redirect those resources to affordable loans to get the water and sanitation solutions that they need, then everyone's going to be better off because you're leveraging more capital from the system beyond philanthropy. And that's key. There's never going to be enough charity in the world to solve this problem. But charity can be a lever to the capital markets so that we can scale this up, because it's a $1 trillion problem. So we have to figure out new ways to finance this. So Micron's support is helping us figure out how do we solve this big issue, because it's more than just a one type of solution. It has to require innovation. And I think with the advanced computing solutions of Micron teaming up with us, we're going to be able to mine some of this data that we have. We've now, through our partners, reached 22 million people, and that's about 5 million loans that have happened. There's a lot of data in that information that we've collected over the years, and somehow it's just kind of sitting there, and we need to unlock it to figure out how to drive these solutions to a bigger level. So a lot of our work in India revolves around Bengaluru and Hyderabad. I know there's a really great connection there with us and Micron as well. So just in wrapping this up, I wanted to get beyond the numbers a little bit and just bring to life one story of one woman. Her name's Rihanna. She's in India. She actually lives in West Bengal. And this is her home. She has a thatched roof, some mud walls, and her husband, her adult children, and their families all live in this house in West Bengal. Despite their poverty, they lean on each other. They share the burdens of advancing the family and taking on different roles, from raising the children, some growing food, some working outside of the home to be able to advance themselves. But they were still having a real struggle with water. Again, some of the activities that they undertake as a family: the oldest daughter sews clothes to sell, to bring in income for the family. But Rihanna spends about 6 hours every day walking to collect water. That's multiple trips each day to a distant well that's run by the local government. This was her situation before she took out a loan from one of our partners. Now she took out a 10,000 rupee loan, which is about $145, and she'll be able to repay that in about 2 years. So she didn't necessarily need charity. What she needed was a new way to finance one of her family's needs. So we've partnered with these microfinance institutions to deliver these loans. And now she's gained back 6 hours of her time because she has this water connection right at her doorstep. She couldn't afford that $150 because she couldn't save it. But once she has this, she can now take that time and turn it into productive activities, working outside the home, so that loan is easily repayable for her, and it gives that time back. Imagine if you had 6 hours of your day back every day to put into something more productive that's going to drive your family forward. That's what she now has. So the children obviously benefit from this as well. Some of that time spent walking to collect water, the children had to help with that. Now they're liberated from that. Ability to go to school, to have safe water is going to really propel their family forward. So again, this work that we do with water.org, and now this fundamentally new partnership with Micron, is going to allow us not only to reach so many more people with water, but it's going to also give us the insights into this data that we have so that we can scale these solutions, so that we can solve this. This is one of the Sustainable Development Goals that you may have heard of, number 6. It's a $1 trillion goal that needs to be achieved, and unless we can gain the insights and use the AI to mine our data, we are not going to be able to bring that solution to bear. So thank you for being here today and for the support.
Well, thank you, Gary. I really appreciate you being here today and talking with us about your great organization. We are really looking forward to bringing our philanthropy and our technology to this solution, so more to come on that. We've already heard so much today about how data and insights can really enrich life, and this will be a fabulous example. So thank you so much for being here.